What if I told you that the biggest enemy in your life is not your circumstances, not your failures, not the people who doubt you, but the weakness you allow to live inside your mind? Think about it. Every great dream dies because someone gives up too early. Every great opportunity is missed because someone is afraid to take action. Every powerful future is destroyed because a person chooses comfort over courage. Today I want you to make a decision that can completely transform your life. Stop being weak. Stop letting fear control your choices. Stop letting excuses control your future. Stop letting temporary failures convince you that you are not capable. God did not create you to live a life of fear, doubt, and helplessness. God created you with strength, wisdom, courage, and unlimited potential. The problem is that many people spend their entire lives looking for power outside themselves, while ignoring the power God has already placed within them. Mental strength is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It is developed every time you choose discipline over excuses, courage over fear, and faith over doubt. Today, I want to share 7 powerful principles that can help you become mentally stronger and take control of your life. One of the most powerful decisions a person can make is to stop blaming circumstances and start taking responsibility for life. This sounds simple, but it is one of the hardest transformations a human being can experience. Many people spend years waiting for someone else to change their situation. They blame their family, their past, their education, their financial condition, their bad luck, or the people around them. While some of these challenges may be real, blaming them continuously only keeps a person trapped. The moment you take responsibility, you stop being a victim of life and become the creator of your future. Think about a student who wants excellent grades. If he fails an exam, he has 2 choices. He can blame the teacher, blame the difficult questions, or blame his circumstances. Or he can honestly ask himself, did I prepare enough? Did I use my time wisely? What can I improve next time? The first approach creates excuses. The second approach creates growth. The student who takes responsibility may not see immediate success, but he will continue improving because he is focused on solutions rather than excuses. The same principle applies to every area of life. Imagine a person who wants to improve his health. Every morning he promises himself that he will start exercising, but when the alarm rings, he presses the snooze button and goes back to sleep. Weeks pass, then months pass, and nothing changes. One day he realizes something important. The problem is not the lack of time. The problem is not the weather. The problem is not the gym. The problem is the choices he is making every day. The moment he accepts his responsibility, everything changes. He starts waking up earlier, taking small walks, eating better food, and gradually becoming healthier. His transformation begins not with a perfect plan, but with personal responsibility. Many people believe responsibility is a burden. In reality, it is freedom. When you blame others, you give them control over your happiness and success. When you take responsibility, you take that power back. You no longer wait for someone else to rescue you. You become proactive. You begin asking powerful questions such as, what can I do today? How can I improve? What lesson can I learn from this situation? These questions shift your focus from problems to possibilities. Look at successful people in any field. They are not successful because life was always easy for them. They are successful because they learned to take ownership of their actions. When something goes wrong, they do not waste time complaining. They focus on finding solutions. They understand that every challenge contains an opportunity to learn and grow. Imagine a worker who constantly complains about his job. Every day he talks about how unfair his boss is, how difficult the work is, and how unlucky he feels. Years pass, and his life remains the same. Now imagine another worker facing the same challenges. Instead of complaining, he develops new skills, improves his attitude, learns from mistakes, and looks for opportunities to grow. Both people started in similar situations, but their mindset created completely different futures. Responsibility became the bridge between where they were and where they wanted to be. God has given every person the ability to choose their response to life's circumstances. We cannot always control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. This is where true strength is born. A mentally strong person understands that setbacks are not excuses to quit. They are opportunities to become wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Think about daily situations. Maybe someone speaks negatively about you. You can spend days feeling angry and hurt, or you can choose to focus on your goals and continue moving forward. Maybe you experience failure in business, studies, or relationships. You can allow that failure to define you, or you can learn from it and grow. Responsibility means understanding that your response matters more than the event itself. The truth is that excuses are comfortable, but they never produce results. Growth begins when comfort ends. Every time you accept responsibility, you strengthen your character. Every time you stop blaming and start acting, you become more confident. Every time you focus on solutions instead of problems, you move closer to your goals. There will always be obstacles in life. There will always be people who doubt you, situations that test you, and moments that challenge your patience. But the strongest people are not those who have perfect lives. They are those who choose responsibility despite imperfect circumstances. They refuse to let external conditions determine their future. Today, make a promise to yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone else to change your life. Stop giving excuses more power than your dreams. Take ownership of your choices, your habits, your attitude, and your future. The moment you do that, something remarkable happens. You begin to realize that the power you were searching for has been within you all along. Your future is not created by blame. Your future is created by responsibility. Every positive action you take today becomes a step toward a stronger tomorrow. Trust God, believe in your ability to grow, and remember that true strength begins the moment you say, I am responsible for my life, and I have the power to make it better. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It has the ability to build your confidence or destroy it, push you forward or hold you back, fill you with courage or trap you in fear. Every achievement begins with a thought, and every failure often begins with a thought as well. This is why controlling your thoughts is one of the most important skills you can develop in life. If you want to become mentally strong, you must first learn to become the master of your mind, instead of allowing your mind to become the master of you. Many people live their entire lives reacting to every thought that enters their heads. When a negative thought appears, they immediately believe it. When fear whispers that they are not good enough, they accept it as truth. When doubt tells them they cannot succeed, they stop trying. The problem is not that negative thoughts exist. Every human being experiences them. The problem begins when we allow those thoughts to control our actions and shape our future. Imagine a young student preparing for an important examination. A week before the exam, he begins thinking, what if I fail? What if I forget everything? What if I am not smart enough? These thoughts create anxiety and fear. Because of that fear, he struggles to focus on studying. His confidence drops and his performance suffers. Now imagine another student facing the same examination. He also feels nervous, but instead of feeding negative thoughts, he tells himself, I will prepare as much as possible. I will give my best effort. I am capable of learning and improving. The situation is the same, but the thinking is different. One mindset creates fear, while the other creates confidence. This principle applies to every area of life. A person who wants to start a business may think, what if I lose money? What if people laugh at me? What if I fail? If those thoughts dominate his mind, he may never take action. Another person may think, every successful person faced uncertainty. I may face challenges, but I will learn and keep moving forward. One thought pattern creates paralysis. The other creates progress. The mind works like a garden. If you neglect a garden, weeds will naturally grow. In the same way, if you do not actively manage your thoughts, negativity can easily take over. Fear, doubt, worry, jealousy, and anger can slowly occupy your mental space. But just as a gardener removes weeds and plants healthy seeds, you must remove destructive thoughts and replace them with empowering ones. Many people begin their day by immediately focusing on problems. They wake up thinking about stress, bills, difficulties, and disappointments. As a result, they carry negative energy throughout the day. Mentally strong people develop the habit of directing their minds toward gratitude, purpose, and possibility. They understand that what they focus on grows. If you focus on problems all day, problems will seem larger. If you focus on solutions, opportunities become easier to see. Think about a person stuck in traffic while going to work. One person becomes angry, frustrated, and irritated. He complains constantly and ruins his mood before the day even begins. Another person accepts the situation calmly. He listens to something educational, reflects on his goals, or simply remains patient. The traffic is the same for both people, but their thoughts create completely different experiences. Controlling your thoughts does not mean pretending that problems do not exist. It means refusing to allow problems to control your emotions and decisions. Life will always present challenges. There will be disappointments, failures, and unexpected setbacks. But your strength is determined not by what happens to you, but by how you think about what happens to you. Consider an athlete who loses an important competition. One athlete thinks, I am a failure. I will never succeed. Another athlete thinks, this defeat taught me what I need to improve. The first mindset creates discouragement. The second mindset creates growth. Failure itself is not the problem. The interpretation of failure makes the difference. God has given every person the ability to choose their thoughts. While we cannot always control events, we can choose our perspective. This choice is one of the greatest gifts we possess. Every day you have the opportunity to decide whether you will focus on fear or faith, obstacles or opportunities, weakness or strength. There will be moments when negative thoughts appear unexpectedly. That is normal. The goal is not to eliminate every negative thought. The goal is to refuse to give those thoughts power over your life. When your mind says, I can't do this, challenge that thought. When fear says you will fail, remind yourself of past victories and lessons learned. When doubt says you are not capable, remember that growth comes through effort and persistence. The quality of your life is greatly influenced by the quality of your thoughts. Positive thinking alone is not enough, but positive thinking combined with action can transform your future. Every great achievement begins when someone chooses belief over doubt and action over fear. As you move through life, pay attention to the conversations happening inside your mind. Become aware of the words you repeatedly tell yourself. Speak to yourself with encouragement, confidence, and hope. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering beliefs. Fill your mind with thoughts that strengthen rather than weaken you. Remember, your mind is like a powerful vehicle. If you do not take control of the steering wheel, it can drift in the wrong direction. But when you consciously guide your thoughts, you guide your life. Strong thoughts lead to strong actions. Strong actions create strong habits. Strong habits build a strong character. Trust God, focus on what is possible, and train your mind every day. The battle for success, happiness, and fulfillment is often won or lost within the mind. When you learn to control your thoughts, you unlock a level of strength that no obstacle can easily defeat. Your greatest victory begins the moment you decide that your mind will serve your goals instead of your fears. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that an easy life will make them stronger. In reality, strength is not built in comfort, it is built in challenge. Growth does not happen when everything goes according to plan. Growth happens when life becomes difficult and you choose to keep moving forward anyway. If you want to become mentally strong, you must learn to embrace difficulty instead of running away from it. Most people naturally avoid discomfort. They want quick results, easy solutions, and a path with no obstacles. The moment a challenge appears, they begin looking for an exit. But every time you run away from difficulty, you also run away from the opportunity to become stronger. Challenges are not barriers sent to stop you. They are lessons sent to prepare you for something greater. Think about a young person learning how to ride a bicycle. The first few attempts are usually difficult. There may be fear, imbalance, and even a few falls. If the child decides to quit after falling once or twice, they will never learn. However, if they get up, try again, and keep practicing, something amazing happens. The same challenge that once seemed impossible becomes easy. Life works in the same way. Every difficulty you face contains a lesson, and every lesson makes you stronger. Imagine a student preparing for a difficult examination. While friends are relaxing, watching television, or spending time on social media, the student chooses to study. It feels uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice. There are moments when giving up seems easier, yet those hours of effort are developing more than knowledge. They are building discipline, patience, and determination. When success finally arrives, it is not just the result of intelligence. It is the result of embracing difficulty when others avoided it. The same principle can be seen in physical fitness. Nobody becomes strong by sitting comfortably all day. Strength develops when muscles are challenged. During exercise, muscles experience resistance, strain, and discomfort. Yet that temporary discomfort leads to long-term strength. The difficulties we face in life often serve the same purpose. They challenge us, stretch us, and prepare us for greater responsibilities. Many people pray for success, but fear the challenges that success requires. They want confidence without facing fear. They want wisdom without facing problems. They want strength without facing adversity. But life does not work that way. Every valuable quality is developed through struggle. Confidence grows when you face fear. Wisdom grows when you learn from mistakes. Strength grows when you overcome obstacles. Think about someone starting a new job. During the first few weeks, everything may feel overwhelming. There are new responsibilities, unfamiliar tasks, and constant pressure to perform well. The easy option would be to quit and search for something more comfortable. But the person who chooses to stay, learn, and adapt gradually becomes more skilled and confident. What once felt difficult eventually becomes normal. The challenge becomes the source of growth. God often uses difficult experiences to reveal strengths we never knew we possessed. Many people discover their courage only after facing fear. Many discover their resilience only after experiencing hardship. Many discover their purpose only after overcoming obstacles. If life were always easy, we would never fully realize our potential. Consider the story of a small seed planted in the ground. Before it becomes a strong tree, it must push through darkness, resistance, and pressure. The journey is not easy. Yet without that struggle, the seed could never grow into what it was meant to become. Human beings are no different. The challenges you face today may be preparing you for blessings and opportunities you cannot yet see. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is to stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? That simple change transforms difficulty into opportunity. Instead of seeing obstacles as enemies, you begin seeing them as teachers. Every setback carries a lesson. Every failure contains valuable information. Every challenge develops qualities that success alone cannot teach. Look at the people you admire most. Whether they are leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs, or ordinary individuals with extraordinary character, their strength was not created by easy circumstances. It was forged through adversity. Behind every success story is a chapter of struggle that most people never see. The difference is that they refuse to allow difficulty to defeat them. There will be moments in life when things do not go as planned. You may face rejection, disappointment, financial challenges, personal losses, or unexpected setbacks. During those moments, remember that difficulty is temporary. What matters is how you respond. You can allow challenges to break your spirit, or you can allow them to build your character. Imagine two people facing the same storm. One spends all their energy complaining about the wind and rain. The other focuses on learning how to navigate through it. Eventually, the storm passes for both individuals, but only one emerges stronger and wiser. The challenge was the same. The response was different. The strongest people are not those who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to quit when struggle appears. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. They know that discomfort often precedes transformation. They recognize that the path to greatness is rarely easy, but it is always worthwhile. So when life becomes difficult, do not immediately look for an escape. Stand firm, learn the lesson, face the challenge with courage. Trust that God is helping you grow through the process. The obstacle in front of you may actually be the bridge to the person you are meant to become. Every difficult moment you overcome adds another layer of strength to your character. Every challenge you face prepares you for future victories. Every obstacle you conquer proves that you are capable of more than you once believed. Embrace difficulty, because within every challenge lies the opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. There is a reason why some people achieve their goals, while others spend years talking about the goals they never reach. The difference is often not talent, intelligence, luck, or opportunity. The difference is discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. It is choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. It is one of the most powerful qualities a mentally strong person can develop. Many people wait for motivation before they take action. They tell themselves, I will start when I feel ready. I will exercise when I feel motivated. Or I will work hard when I am in the mood. The problem is that motivation is temporary. Some days you feel inspired, and some days you do not. If your actions depend on motivation, your progress will be inconsistent. Discipline, however, does not depend on feelings. Discipline says, I will do what is necessary whether I feel like it or not. Think about a student who dreams of achieving excellent grades. Every day, that student has a choice. After coming home from school, they can spend hours scrolling through social media, watching videos, and wasting valuable time. Or they can sit down and study even when they would rather relax. The disciplined student understands that every hour invested today creates opportunities tomorrow. While others focus on immediate pleasure, disciplined people focus on future rewards. The same principle applies to health and fitness. Almost everyone wants to be healthy. Almost everyone wants more energy and confidence. But not everyone is willing to wake up early, exercise consistently, and make better food choices. On a cold morning, staying in bed feels comfortable. Skipping a workout feels easy. Choosing unhealthy food may provide temporary satisfaction. Yet disciplined individuals understand that every choice has consequences. They know that small daily actions create big results over time. Imagine two people standing in the same place today. Both have similar dreams, similar abilities, and similar opportunities. One chooses discipline every day. The other chooses comfort every day. After a year, their lives will look completely different. Not because one person was more talented, but because one person consistently did what was necessary, while the other repeatedly delayed action. Discipline is not about making one big decision. It is about making hundreds of small decisions correctly. It is choosing to get out of bed when the alarm rings. It is choosing to finish a task instead of procrastinating. It is choosing to remain focused when distractions are everywhere. These decisions may seem small at the moment, but over time they shape your character and determine your future. Many people underestimate the power of consistency. They look for dramatic changes and overnight success. They want instant results. But real success is usually built through small actions, repeated daily. A person who reads 10 pages of a good book every day may not notice a huge difference after 1 week. However, after a year, they may have gained knowledge that transforms their thinking. A person who saves a small amount of money regularly may not feel wealthy immediately, but over time those small savings can create financial security. God has designed life in a way that rewards consistent effort. Nature itself teaches this lesson. A tree does not grow to its full height in a single day. It grows gradually, one day at a time. A river does not carve through rock because of one powerful movement. It succeeds because of continuous flow. Human success follows the same principle. Great achievements are often the result of ordinary actions performed consistently. Consider an athlete preparing for a major competition. Most people only see the victory at the end. They see the trophy, the celebration, and the recognition. What they do not see are the early mornings, the exhausting workouts, the sacrifices, and the countless hours of practice. Success becomes visible only after discipline has worked quietly behind the scenes for months or even years. One of the greatest enemies of discipline is procrastination. Procrastination whispers dangerous lies. It says you can do it tomorrow. You have plenty of time. One more day won't matter. But days become weeks, weeks become months, and months become years. Many dreams are not destroyed by failure. They are destroyed by delay. Successful people understand that the best time to start is now. Discipline also helps people remain strong during difficult times. When life becomes challenging, emotions can become unreliable. Fear, frustration, and discouragement may appear. During those moments, disciplined people do not depend on feelings, they depend on habits. They continue moving forward because they have trained themselves to stay committed regardless of circumstances. Think about someone building a business. There will be days when sales are low, when problems arise, and when progress seems slow. A person who relies only on motivation may quit during these difficult moments. A disciplined person continues working, learning, and improving. Eventually, persistence produces results that quitting never could. The beautiful thing about discipline is that it builds confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your belief in your own abilities. Every time you complete a task despite not feeling like it, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. Confidence is not created by talking about success. It is created by earning trust in yourself through consistent action. Many people admire successful individuals, but they often overlook the daily discipline behind the success. They see the destination but ignore the journey. The truth is that discipline is available to everyone. You do not need special talent to be disciplined. You do not need perfect circumstances. You simply need the willingness to make the right choices repeatedly.